Met a good girl from a rural part of the Philippines too, but he said he wanted a wild girl. So it's one of those Biggie situations, right? Sexing me while your man masturbates. Now this video here is going to be titled something like "This guy brought his Filipina to the USA and she ruined his life." So I'm going to tell you why. First I'm going to read here because this actually came from a comment someone left on a video, and I thought it was important to tell you guys. It explains two different perspectives. It explains the perspective of a guy who thought the right way. Like when I came here, I was looking for K. I wanted someone that was competent, someone that had the head upstairs and also the beauty. So a lot of times you got to get that in a package deal. The woman may not be a 25 piece, not Miss Philippines, Miss Universe pageant, but still very good to you, will still cater to you, will still have all of those feminine qualities and all of those good things that men look for in a Filipina. But now this here is for a guy that looked for that, and the other guy was looking for something else. But let's get right into it, guys. Let me explain. It says here, two different experiences. My wife is from a rural part of the Philippines. Over the past 20 years, she has taught me about love and family. She has managed to be continuously promoted and earns over 200K a year. Man, that's a lot of money. She's earning over 200,000. Yeah, I wish she would have told me what she does. That's a lot of money. She went to the US and made it happen. He said, which is slightly more than me and not bad for a girl who is not from the States. She's also an excellent mother, again teaching me how to do better as my own family experience was not the best. And that's the thing that Filipinas bring. And Filipinas are the nationality that's getting married to the most Americans that are bringing women in. It's mostly Filipinas. My friend met a good girl from a rural part of the Philippines too, but he said he wanted a wild girl. Mistake number one. You don't come to the Philippines to find a modern woman from the States. That's pretty much what he's doing. He came to the Philippines to find it, and some guys come here looking to find it. A lot of you guys don't, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna pit that on you guys actually. Most of you guys don't come here looking for that. The ones that come here looking for that are looking for a ball girl. That's different, you know, but he pretty much came here, said he wanted a bar girl. He's pretty much looking for a bar girl to be his girl, to be his wife. But anyway, let me keep going. So he said, my friend met a good girl, but he wanted a wild girl. So he moved on and met a girl from Metro Manila. So he met a good girl, didn't want her, and then went and met a wild girl from Metro Manila. She gave him sex and attention, and they married. She refused to work and chose to spend her days at home playing poker on her phone and chatting with men in the Middle East. That's crazy. But this can happen. You know what's funny? He probably very well, and he didn't explain it here, he probably very well could have married a bar girl. Because this is what guys don't understand a lot of times, right? You marry a raw girl in the Philippines, you get with a raw girl in the Philippines, and you don't know, I mean, you can sort of figure it out. You can tell from certain things they do and certain ways they act. Like for instance, her here, the first chance she got, she was chatting with men from the Middle East looking for some money. Okay, so she's looking for opportunity. She sounds like a bar girl that he got with. Sounds like a bar girl. She would drive to the casino 3 hours away, sleep in a hotel alone. She wasn't alone. And she continued doing this when they had kids, leaving the husband, who was already working hard to tend to the kids for the 2 days when he should have been resting. I walked into their home one day to see their youngest child with wrists tied to his high chair, screaming his head off while she sat on the sofa playing poker. Man, this is crazy. All sex stopped and all signs of affection stopped after the kids were born. So pretty much what happened was she brought him out there and then turned into like how women in America usually do. And it happens, you know, usually when you're with a woman and you're married for a certain amount of time and then now sex and certain favors or reward, you know, like say for instance, I don't do this, but say if against a guy wanted to stick it in you know, in the girl's other part. Oh honey, I'll let you do that today because it's your birthday. And then, you know, you get rewarded with things like that and the guy gets happy because he's not getting none anyway. So he pretty much accepted that. That's what happens when you get a wild girl, but he pretty much accepted that. And he shouldn't have stooped that low. And I'll tell you why he went wrong at in the first place. You guys already know where he went wrong. Filipinos usually have a lot of kids. Not all the time, not in every household, but in a lot of households you can find a lot of Filipinos. Like for instance, my wife comes from 6 sisters, there's 6 of them. The marriage, it stays fruitful because the Filipino knows she doesn't use, a lot of times, for the most part, they won't use sex as like a bartering tool, you know, and that's probably what his wife did after a while, and that's what happened. He came here and then got what he was gonna get back home, which is crazy. It says here, it says, I blame him, of course. My friend gave up hoping for a change and has accepted he will just have to watch porn. Man, and that's crazy. So it's one of those Biggie situations, right? Sexing me while your man masturbates. That's what happened. So she pretty much was sexing other guys for money probably while he's at home masturbating. He accepted that. Kids going crazy while she's playing poker. Kid tied to the high chair. Could you imagine that? Imagine coming home and seeing your kid tied to the hard chair. A lot of guys may end up in prison after that. And I'm not trying to preach violence, but it's true. Like he said, I blame him, of course. He let it happen. This is a warning to others. And yes, it can happen. And does happen in America too. Choose carefully, choose wisely, think with the big head, not the little one, because the little one has no brain. And it's true, because he really felt every bit of why you can't come out here and choose that way, and also why you don't go for the wild girls. You go for the good girls. You go for the girl that probably comes across like she's never had sex and not just acting. You can tell from their energy. They're not even just a virgin, that they're not out there like that. But she'll be out there like that with you. But still, guys, this is a lesson learned. I had to tell a story. When I seen it, I read it and I said, man, he chose wisely. But I want to give a shout out and also a PSA to all the Filipinos out there. We need your help, okay? A lot of guys, and it's the guy's fault, are getting scammed. A lot of guys are getting scammed, which is their fault. We need you guys, we need you women to hold these other Filipinos accountable. Like Kay, for instance. Kay's sister had a friend that was doing a foreigner wrong. You know what happened? Kay's sister said something to her friend. Oh, you don't feel bad that you're doing that? You don't feel bad that you're using for his money? She held her accountable. You know, it needs to be more women doing that, because especially women that like foreigners and don't mind foreigners. We need more women speaking up, because that's the only way it's going to get fixed with the situation where guys feel like most Filipinos are scammers. And don't get me wrong, this here is this guy's fault. He should have chose wisely. But still, I'm giving a PSA out to especially the women that like foreigners and want to date foreigners. The whole other Filipinos accountable that you see just scamming and planning, and it happens. And the reason why I mentioned it is because Kay's sister actually felt bad. So some Filipinos will feel bad, like, man, I feel bad for this guy. He's just being used. And if you're feeling bad or you feel guilty, because that's that Filipino pride in you, you know, just say something. Not even just to the guy, but say something to the person. But what happens though is, in the past, and even still happens now, sometimes Filipinos say something and they take your man. So be careful what you're doing out there, because another Filipino will see you, and it's happened many times in the past, and they will tell on you and take your man, and boom. And then they'll get that pie in the sky because they were honest. They told your man, then they got him, and now they're treating him right. Happens all the time. Happens all the time where, you know, Filipinos are exposed by another Filipina that's like, okay, you're doing a guy wrong. I know what to do with that. And you know what? If that's being done, that's totally fine and dandy. But still, if you don't want the guy and you feel bad, say something and help people out. Or the guy just have to come out here and go to Rafi Tufo. Gonna be a guy's best friend, a foreigner's best friend. If you're done wrong and it was recently, contact Rafi Tufo. I know he's busy with politics nowadays. You can contact over there. And that's usually the best episodes when a Filipina scams a foreigner. And usually he'll make sure the Filipina pays it back. So that's a good thing. That's a safety tip for you that you can do if you are scammed and it was recent. You can go to Rafi Tufo. That would be pretty much your only line of defense. But guys, don't let this happen to you. And I know a lot of you guys weren't, but still, it happens all the time. I can make these videos 1,000 times, it'll still happen. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you like my content, you're welcome to support my content by giving a small donation by PayPal. You can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And there you can buy me a coffee, or you can book a consultation with me. I have consultations for a very small fee. Also, I have consultations for working at home. So if you're a guy that's a little younger, not quite retired yet, and you want to work from home while in the Philippines, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And also have a packages for working at home, so you'll see them there. You can book it there. You can get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines at foxtonomy.creator-spring.com. Once again, that's foxtonomy.creator-spring.com, and get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines today. There's a new feature to YouTube. It's thanks. Now at the bottom of this video, you'll see thanks there. You can give a thanks and make sure your comment is highlighted, and you can give a small donation that way as well. Guys, in the description, you'll see other videos of my other content that's great as well. So you can be sure to watch my other content there. Thank you for watching. See you next video.